Many of you, like myself, may have been introduced to law of assumption because you have a desire to manifest a specific person. You absolutely can. As Neville says, to desire is to have. In today's video, we are going to combine this with a 7-day mental and emotional diet. You will quickly see your life change if you can follow this to the T. And this will encourage you not only to do this 7-day mental diet, but to make it a lifestyle, because you will realize your power and that in fact, you are the cause of everything. I'm gonna start out by a quote from Neville Goddard in his Fundamentals lecture, which is one of my favorites. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. We must practice separating ourselves from our negative moods and thoughts in the midst of all troubles and disasters of our daily life. No one can be different from what he is now unless he begins to separate himself from his present reactions and to identify himself with his aim. Detachment from negative states and assumptions of the wish fulfilled must be practiced in the midst of all blessings and cursing of life. Now, we will relate this over to the SP and how to do this. The first topic we will talk about is emotions. I know from experience, this is something that you will experience a lot of them on the journey. We experience a lot of them in life in general. And so how to relate to emotions? Well, you have one of two options that I found that are extremely helpful. A, you can reach the state of awareness or void state, detach yourself from the body and the mind, because you are the awareness and deep integration with your heart and mind. You are not the heart or mind. You are the observer. You're deeply integrated in it. And so you can withdraw yourself from the emotion and simply observe it. Now, it is suggested that when the emotion comes up, you do not label the emotion as being this emotion or that emotion. It's important that you do not resist the emotion. It's important that you don't have any thoughts of condemnation, of being upset with yourself, any judgment. Allow the emotion simply to be. After a short amount of time, the emotion will pass and you will start enjoying the process of observing an emotion and allowing it to kind of flow through you, because that's all it is. It's energy in motion. The alternative is you can decide that the emotion means something different, because again, you are the sole suggester within. There is no one that decides what anything means in your life besides you. I used to speak around the state of Arizona, and I love speaking and I loved helping others and I'm passionate about it and I love sharing my truth. And I would experience the emotion of anxiety continuously. I would see other people that felt the same way. They were passionate, they enjoyed it, and they would experience bliss when speaking. I couldn't understand why this happened. Why did one person experience fear and the other person experienced so much passion while speaking? That's what I wanted. I didn't speak as much as I would have liked to, because I felt so much fear so often that it kind of repelled me from wanting to have that experience. I know now that what caused me to experience the emotion in that manner is because I labeled it fear. So now I choose to label that emotion as excitement, as passion, as love. And the funny thing is, I'm in the same exact scenario, and now I can enjoy myself speaking, and I love what I'm doing, and I'm passionate, and this now allows me to speak everywhere I want to, and I feel like I speak better now. So you see how the way that you identify with an emotion is what you end up experiencing it. So if you're labeling it's a bad emotion, you emotionally react to it, you have thoughts in harmony with it. When you identify as it being a lovely emotion that you enjoy, you feel wonderful, and you have thoughts that are lovely and in harmony with your vision. Now let's talk about thoughts. What do we do with thoughts? Now, we set the goal. One of our goals or one of our identity is we are now in a loving relationship. You may find the mind wandering to old circumstances of what happened or what the SP said or this ended up happening or whatever it is. Now, at first, your mind may be filled with these things all day. And the reason why is your thoughts are an offspring of your belief system. And because it was identified with and given so much meaning over and over and over again or fought with, that now there's just a bunch of thoughts in your head that are not in alignment with what you're wanting to be. The solution to this is, again, being mindful. Mindful is the key to all this, being the awareness, the void state, the presence that's aware of what's happening within the body and within the mind. And when a thought comes up that isn't in harmony with the vision, because you are in a loving relationship now, that is the truth within, and within is what creates the without. We catch the thought and ask, does this align with my vision? Does this align with who I'm choosing to be? Does this feel lovely? Does this feel truthful? Does this feel like it's a thought in line with fulfillment? The answer is no to this. We drop the thought, and you can either choose a thought from the wish fulfilled, such as, thank you that I have the most amazing relationship, or you can simply go on with your day. And what you realize is manifestation is not so much of affirming, visualizing, feeling the wish fulfilled, as it is releasing identification to untrue and unloving belief systems. Because what you're left with is your true nature, which is love. bliss, joy. And life is way more ideal this way. Now the 3D, what do we do with the 3D? Because the 3D is going to reflect all the old inner states that we have identified with, and now that's what we're seeing out here. You have a couple of options. And one of my favorites is to say that everything is in harmony with my old vision and it's lovingly rearranging itself because I changed my inner world. Or you can give the meaning of what's happening in harmony with the vision. Because I went through this, my SP and I are now more madly in love than we've ever been. It is everything that I was affirming and visualizing to be true. That's why this all happened for me. Or whatever meaning you find to be ideal. And what you will find is the meaning that you give it and you stick to it is what you will end up experiencing in your outside world, because you are the sole cause. The beautiful thing about this diet is as you continue to do this, you purify your mind, and this becomes easier and easier and easier as you are no longer feeding your mind or identifying with the thoughts that are feeding the belief system that are causing these thoughts to pop up. You are purifying the mind and allowing the subconscious to create what your heart's desire automatically. To wrap this up, related to your SP manifestation, whenever you have any unlovely thoughts come up, any thoughts of the past, ask yourself, does this align with you identifying as being in a loving relationship now? If the answer is no, you let the thought go. Now, one of my favorite practices after this happens is to say no and then get into the feeling of thank you that I have the most amazing relationship, and then go on with my day. Because what we find is the more that we worry about something and the more that we are affirming something, often the reason why is because we're assuming there's an issue there. So a quick thank you that I have the most amazing relationship and feeling this and then going on with my day is ideal. It's plenty enough. And this is the reality now with it. And shortly, the 3D will show the reflection of it in your outer world as it always has. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you can reach me by email. I do have the email information on my page details, or you can reach me at josephmanifesting.com. Many blessings to you guys. Take care.